everybody, and welcome back again to Let's Play Horizon Zero Dawn, where we are still exploring the Zero Dawn facility, trying to find more answers. But first, we have to kill more cultists. So I guess I'll start by making sure that my arrows are fully replenished. And then maybe we can get, like, the first shot here. I mean, so far, they clearly haven't noticed that I'm here.
The girl is bold, I'll give her that. Striking at the heart of something.
But it seems that they're talking about me. So can we get, like, a good place where we can snipe a few of them? Not sure if I can shoot through the barricade here. I mean, I might not actually have to fight them now, because my quest marker tells me to go over here. So, kind of avoiding them altogether, at least for now. Oh, but I may have to go down into that room now.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
Okay, so why didn't this happen? What went wrong? Anyway, I see another data pad over here. Encapsulated DNA. From Samina Ebaji to Elizabeth Sobek. And the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum. Even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year ago or so. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees C for 1000 plus years. So it still might be intact, all that knowledge within Apollo. So long as I assure you that I didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as a hero beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much ado. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. I mean, quite obviously, some of the technological storage devices are still functioning. I mean, we are reading all the data pads, we are seeing the presentations, but some of the data is corrupted. So I guess the DNA is safer in preserving like the full memory and not just like parts of it. Alright, I guess we still have to deal with the people down here. May as well do it now, but there's another data pad over here. Apollo update. Okay, let's have a look at that as well. Again from Samina Avaji to Elizabeth Sobek. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 50 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset. Okay, so some languages are already lost because all the people have been killed, with a tenant curricular development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. Well, it's a weird crossover with my other game I'm currently playing. But okay, let's continue. Yeah, I guess we gotta deal with the cultists now. Alright, let's just start by quietly head-shooting some of them. Well, so much for quietly head-shooting them. That got at least a little bit of attention. I mean, apparently they are like carrying tanks as well, so I might be able to use some fire here. I think it's going to explode soon enough. Yep. That certainly did help a little bit. Everyone else seems to be hiding now. I guess they got the message, huh? So I gotta find a better place to take them down. I mean, this guy has like a big gun. I'm going to attack him. So hopefully once he's moving again, I can try to attack him first.
Can breathe again.
Yeah, none of them is like within range now. Oh, hang on a second. What about this guy here?
I got a dead body over here.
Yes. That's the guy I just killed. Okay. Are you going to come out? Well, I guess not. I will have to be the one who's moving.
They know I'm here now.
Yep. They most certainly do. But that explosion worked out pretty well. Yeah, we got the guy with a heavy gun over here. But before I take on that guy, I guess I might be able to remove some of these smaller guys. Alright. Going to take your ancient charm. Again, I'm not sure if I can shoot through these little openings. Let's make sure I have a clean shot here. Okay, I guess it's just... Yep, it's just the heavy guy left. He's going to need a few more headshots.
Once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Yes, I will. You don't need to tell me that. Guess I'm going to... No, I don't want to take your gun. I'm just going to take your stuff. I see at least like one more data point somewhere over here. Let's make sure I have actually read it before I continue towards my destination. Okay, this has got to be it. Right, let's have a look. Okay, this is one I can listen to.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Well, I mean, there's someone here to actually listen to your message, so I guess your efforts weren't completely in vain, as terrible as they may have been. So, that is some kind of achievement, at least, I suppose. Right, now let's follow up on our quest marker here. Okay, I'm not seeing any more data points, so I think it's safe to go on. Okay, we have a bunch of them here.
Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app.
Okay.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
Yeah.
How does it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Well, I was not entirely correct about my prediction in regards to Hades. I thought Hades was maybe supposed to shut down Gaia and all the robots, but apparently Hades was supposed to shut down life if something went wrong. So I guess Hades for some reason thinks that something went wrong and is now trying to shut down everything to restart. Okay, that's not good. Also, isn't this the guy that only agreed to help because he wanted to watch porn in Elysium? Maybe he was not such a good choice for this project. Maybe he messed up and now Hades is like our new problem here. I don't know, just saying. Anyway, let's have a look at all these data pads. Noise complaints, okay. From Travis Tate to Elizabeth Sobeck. Color me confused, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trev don't have no truck with commercialized Reseldes. No. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. No, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff too. Stop by if you wanna listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air. And feel the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal, might as well give up stimulants, chocolate, malts and industrial accident wits. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trev. I mean, as someone who likes death metal myself, I can't blame him for that. But he's still kind of weird, I mean, seriously. I'm not sure if he's taking his job seriously. Hades protocol. Text data points, quest, Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme execution authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers. Sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turn out The just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective coat shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now. I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong. I guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow, alligators. Okay. So, maybe this is what happened. Maybe Hades took control and Gaia is locked away somewhere? Anyway, this is getting quite interesting. There's gotta be another data pad somewhere around here. Archive abuse. What is that? From Samina Ebaji to Travis Tate, CC Elizabeth Sobeck. Archive abuse. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo Archive submission number, your 666 submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings re inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. For giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and the ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeals of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini materials has already been preserved. Extreme perhaps, but art. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself. The definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Great. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all, or the rest of us anyway, Dr. Samina Ebaji. Again, I'm questioning this guy's integrity. I mean, he might be like the most capable to do the job, but
looks like the only way on.
Still. Alright, let's keep on moving. Oh dear, there is even more data points around here. Activate holo projector. Okay, before I do that, maybe I want to have a look at all the other information.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Oh. Okay, so that's where they have been breeding the new humans. I mean, they may not have been all cloned. Maybe they were just like embryos, right? Ectogenic chamber of advanced design. Right. Cradle Servitor Personae. Let's have a look at that. From Patrick Brocard Klein to Elizabeth Sobeck. Development of the artificial personae for cradle servitors, nurturers, disciplinarian healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of persona, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer personae. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. And the rest is corrupted. So, these are basically like AIs that are supposed to raise the first human that are born from these chambers. I mean, I guess that's something you have to take into account. If you just have like little babies being born into an empty world, someone has to raise them, right? So it's certainly a problem you have to take care of. Alright, let's have a look at this as well. Cradle sealed. From Patrick Brockhart Klein to Elizabeth Sobeck. Elothia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province got detected. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Elothia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. PBK. So there's a number of these Elothia stations where they breed the humans. So not just here in North America, but at least one somewhere in China, I guess, and more around the world, which means there's like more civilizations all around the world. And I'm guessing they all have the same problem of Apollo not properly functioning, or else they would be significantly more advanced than the people here, I suppose. But okay, let's continue. There has got to be another one somewhere around here. Alright. What is this all about? FZ chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They are a revelation, astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resolved, nutrition delivery resolved, hormonal stability resolved, 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Well, but that's not the plan, is it? I also wonder what Far Zenith is exactly. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours, PBK. Okay. So this was the Elothia project, apparently. Now let's have a look at the hologram over here.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brockhart Klein, the alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors.
to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development, all of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
All right. Well, I mean, it looks like this part of the project definitely succeeded. Humans are back again. So this is clearly not the problem. Anyway, I guess that's all I can interact with. Let's keep moving.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Well, of course, that would mean that Aloy just recently, quote-unquote, hatched from one of these chambers. But why? I mean, that's still a big question, right? But yeah, we still need to get into the office. This might be a way to do it. But I'm supposed to go down, not up, so... I'm not sure... No, I am supposed to go up, okay. So this might help me after all. Alright, let's have a quick look around. I'm not seeing any more data pads. Alright, there's a number of them in here though. Well, where do I even start? Maybe over here.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Huh. You mean this thing over here, maybe?
Nuts would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I have gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Yeah, I guess that's why she recreated some, extinct species, like species that were already extinct at this point in time. Interesting.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
So maybe the project had to be launched earlier than expected. I mean, I think they did say we have 18 months in the initial presentation. 18 months until the machines take over everything. But I think the recording that General Harris left behind was talking about the last 14 months of their existence. So maybe their projections were wrong and the machines advanced quicker than expected. So I guess that might explain why something went wrong, because they didn't have all the time they thought they would have. Anyway, it looks like I have found... No, there's another data point somewhere over here. Let's make sure we don't miss this one.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
So I guess Dr. Sobek was not in favor of implementing Hades, because I think Hades is supposed to be like the kill switch. Anyway, I think I saw like another data pad over here. So how do I get to this one? There's gotta be a way to reach it. Is it like the door? Okay, it's the door. Alright, apparently this is her office. And yes, we have a few things we can interact with. Let's start with the data pad. Odyssey has failed. Well, that's no good. From Elizabeth Sobek to all alphas, Odyssey has failed. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Okay, so apparently they had like a plan B, where they launched a bunch of seeds and DNA material and Apollo into space, hoping that maybe it could survive somewhere in orbit or whatever, but apparently plan B didn't work. Okay. Well, we have some kind of computer I might be able to interact, but first let's have a look at this over here. Artemis status. Artemis was like the program for the wildlife, right? From Charles Ronson to Elizabeth Sobek. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples, so many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that this time will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We've lost the whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples were lost, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will blend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again, but not now and not like this. Not on our watch. Okay, but I haven't seen any wolves yet. Like I said, I haven't seen like any kind of predator animal, so that's kind of odd. But okay, apparently they were implementing like predator animals as well, but for some reason I haven't encountered any of them. Okay, I guess I've seen everything else. Let's have a look at whatever this is.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine.
Good point.
But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Well, Silence might have had a natural birth, but your ancestors didn't. Oh, look behind you.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Well, thank you. So do we have the data? Then let's get out of here. Oh no. Aloy. Aloy. Oh, I think that's like the... I forgot his name, but... like the leader of Eclipse, right? Maybe.
Still alive.
Helis, right.
Good.
That's his name.
I have a more suitable death in mind for
Oh
you,
dear.
child.
This isn't good. There's nothing more terrible than being overwhelmed in a cutscene. But hey, at least I got an achievement.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along.
Oh no, they took my focus and my weapons
When I heard
and
that
my
you
armor.
had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing, and when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
I can't answer you that question. Rost, you knew it was wrong, trying to bore me to death. Yeah, I think it was mostly Rost stopping you.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts.
Really?
Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. so that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun.
Okay, great.
Everything
I
as
disagree
it was
with your
meant to be.
conclusion.
Predestined and preordained.
I like the fact, though, that he's referring to some stuff I did in some side missions before. I mean, there's no need for me to do this before this mission or ever at all. So this piece of dialogue is just inserted for this particular playthrough. You're a thug, you're a fool, you're a puppet. All of it? But mostly a puppet, because you're working for Hades, who is just like a computer program.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
Right.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land.
Oh, great.
I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
They cast me out, needless slaughter, they're irrelevant. I mean, in the larger scheme of things, I guess they are, but it's still needless slaughter.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible.
Well, I guess that's true.
You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
But you haven't killed me yet. You're still making like a show out of it. Oh boy, but it's still quite the predicament we're in now. Great. A fight in the arena.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
Oh, corrupt us. Great.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die.
Great.
Let her be the first of thousands.
I would say no problem. I have killed Behemoth before, but this time I have no weapons, so that's unfair. Ah, great. Great. How am I supposed to do
I'll
this?
never beat that thing without weapons.
Anyway, I'm going to make a quick break here because the episode is getting long enough, and I trust that there was a save point either before or after this very long cutscene. So I hope I can just start right at this cliffhanger moment in the next episode. But for now, I'm going to call it a day, and we will continue right here in the next episode. So as always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.